Yo, to my 11 total followers who were really concerned about where I was the last 4 months, I was fucking dead. I just resurrected yesterday to make this video. Before that I was just existing. Yeah, existing. People committing crimes as well, nothing new. But would you be surprised to hear about non-humans committing human crimes? Probably not, but I'll talk about it anyway. Let's start. 1. A goat robber incident. In January 2009 in Nigeria, police arrested a goat for armed robbery. I swear I'm not making this up.
Your Honor, with all due respect, the defendant was moving like Prime King Von.
You know the defendant is a fucking goat, right?
So what happened was a local gang was chasing two guys who they thought were trying to steal a car. One suspect ran away, while the other quote-unquote used black magic to transform into a goat. Like holy shit, these Nigerian princes are getting more creative by day. Anyways, then they took the goat to the police, and the police were like, yeah, we'll take it in custody, why not? I don't know how much the goat served behind bars, but apparently it was long enough for the media to cath up, and people to come and take pictures and stuff. Later, they released the goat after a formal statement, basically saying they couldn't prove that the goat was a gangsta skinwalker. Like, you needed a fucking investigation to figure that? Also, this is the car in question. Personally, I would go for a Ferrari or something, if I was a car thief that could turn into a goat, that is. Poor taste, man. 2. The underwear thief. So in 2016 in New Zealand, there was a cat named Bridget who decided normal cat stuff like licking her balls, pushing stuff off from shelves and photosynthesis were too simple for her. What did she do, you may ask? Well, I kinda spoiled it already, but she went on a haul, grabbing everyone's laundries in the neighborhood, specifically underwear. Okay. This one might be the real shapeshifter. Over the course of a year, her stash ended up including 11 men's underwear and 50 pairs of socks. Bro had her own inventory management system and shit. Goddamn. Like, dude. I couldn't do that if I tried. I mean, not that I would try stealing men's underwear or anything. Take a good look at that face. That is a face of zero regrets. Eventually, her owner was like, man, I don't remember inviting Diddy over for a party. Where's all this underwear coming from? The poor lady later had to go on Facebook and post online telling the locals to come claim their stuff. You know, this kinda reminds me of how a couple years ago in summer I would leave the balcony door open while sleeping and my cat would sneak out, hop on the other balcony, enter the next door neighbor's apartment, curl up in his bed and scare the living shit out of the poor old man in the morning. I mean, what do you expect? He's orange after all, not the neighbor, the cat. 3. The rats of medieval France. Okay, so like we all know that medieval Europe wasn't exactly the top of the game in hygiene, probably still better than Asmongold, but not good enough to stop rats from going apeshit in their farmlands. So what did France do to keep its farmlands safe from rats? Take a wild guess. Setting up traps? Fuck no. They just sue the rats instead. So what happened was the local farmers around the city of Autun brought a legal complaint. Then the court formally summoned the rats to appear. Enter
Barthélemy de Chasseneuze.
We'll call him Bart for short. Anyways, Bart is a young legal scholar trying to make a name for himself. So when he hears about this case his eyes light up. He walks up to the courtroom and goes,
Actually, the summons was only read in one town, while my defendants live in multiple towns around the area. So they couldn't have possibly known about it.
This dude Bart genuinely made the city read the summons in all affected villages.
I fucking hate my job.
But is that it? No. After expanded notification, rats still failed to appear. This time Lil Bart was like,
Well, my clients would have to travel from their burrows to the court, and the roads are full of their ops cats. Therefore they can't safely travel.
Which meant the court was forced to either go DEFCON 1 on all the cats in the area, or admit the system was flawed, so they just dropped the case instead. And Bart actually went on to become a successful lawyer. So sleep well tonight knowing there was a point in space-time where two grown-ass men were arguing about rat rights while fully dripped out in robes in an official court hearing, and a lawyer that made it big by defending rats. Not gonna lie, you might wanna hire Bart if you ever decide to do shady stuff. Oh wait. You can. I'm now gonna go hibernate for another 4 months probably. Peace out. Class dismissed. Now go and smoke 463 cigarettes. Just kidding, don't. Also subscribe or I will haunt you while hibernating.